Why did Russia invade Ukraine? There have been a lot of theories as to the reasoning for Vladimir Putin ordering the invasion of neighboring Ukraine. Sources have been quoted as saying that Putin is suffering from steroid rage because they say he's taking steroids. Another theory is he's just a crazy madman bent on destruction and starting World War III. Another theory that has been floated is that Putin wants the abundant natural resources that are within the borders of Ukraine. Ukraine has no less than 4 operational natural gas pipelines crossing the country. They have a lot of untapped reserves of natural gas, some oil and coal, and according to some geological surveys, a whole bunch of lithium, the key ingredient in the lithium-ion batteries in your cell phones, your tablets, your laptops. They're also going to be in all those electric cars. All major manufacturers are making more and more electric car models, and those things are running off of battery power. South Africa is a big producer of lithium. China, the United States has some lithium. Out in Nevada, we have lithium out there, although it's on hold right now. On March 1st of this year, Vice President Kamala Harris was a guest on a radio program, The Morning Hustle. Here's how she explained the situation. I transcribed this myself. I'm going to put a link down in the description. And she said, Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong, and it goes against everything that we stand for. There are terms that we use. We say we respect the sovereignty, the territorial integrity of countries, right? They're independent. Pop down into the description and you'll find a link to Vice President Harris's appearance on The Morning Hustle. We go over here to the map. This is Russia. Runs from way over here. All of this yellow is Russia. That's Moscow. That's where Putin hangs out. This is Ukraine. They border each other. Vladimir Putin was giving his annual State of the Nation address. April 2005, Vladimir Putin told his country that the 1991 collapse of the Soviet Empire, more commonly the USSR, was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the century. Putin said that the destruction of the USSR was a tragedy for Russians. He told his countrymen that tens of millions of our fellow citizens and countrymen found themselves beyond the fringes of Russian territory. Putin and his friends at the Kremlin were not happy because of some of the more democratic changes that were going through the former Soviet Republic of Ukraine. The USSR was a union of Soviet Socialist republics. Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. We have about 15 pins in the map representing the republics that were the USSR. Initially, the capital, for lack of a better term, of the USSR was Kyiv, Ukraine. USSR was in existence from about 1920 till 1991. Shortly after the joining of the various republics, they moved the capital to the Kremlin in Moscow. That's where it remained until the Soviet Union went kaput in 91. Going back to the speech in 2005, Putin seemed to be wistful over the days of the former Soviet Union. They felt like they had more power against NATO. This isn't the first time Russia has made a run at Ukraine and that tight area. Back in 2014, Russia rolled into Crimea. They wanted to be absorbed back in, and Putin put one of his buddies in charge there. That's what they were hoping to do, I believe, in Ukraine. Ukraine is probably the most advanced of the former Soviet republics. One justification that Putin's propaganda machine has put forth is that there are, trying to say this just right, it can cause some problems if you say it the wrong way. Apparently there are some biomedical research facilities in Ukraine that are getting money to research things like the flu. The World Health Organization, at the beginning of all this invasion, got in contact with the labs and the government there in Ukraine and said, hey, you guys need to make sure that you've got all that stuff locked down. The Russians are saying that their biological and chemical chemical weapons there. Others are saying it's legitimate biological medical research and they're not making weaponized viruses or anything like that. There are also theories that Putin knew of these labs and wanted to get control of them. He believes they're more dangerous and he wanted to have control of them for future use. Tons of theories about this. I go with the one that Putin wants to rebuild the USSR. Vice President Harris is right. Russia is a big country. Ukraine is a smaller country, and they are next to each other. And Russia did invade. The Ukrainian people are putting up a hell of a fight. Apparently, they're not interested in being subservient to the Kremlin. They don't want to go back to the old Soviet Union, and that's where we are today. If Russia succeeds in taking Ukraine, my guess is it won't be very long till they try to grab some others. I think Putin wants to put the USSR back together. What do you think? Get down in the comments and let me know, do you think we should stay with the diplomatic stuff and the sanctions? Do you think we're looking at World War III? Do you think Russia's going to take Ukraine, move to other places? Those are my thoughts on this whole Russian invasion of Ukraine. I think it makes more sense than just saying that Putin's just an ass. I'm sure he probably is. I don't buy the roid rage. If you like this one, appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, say hi, and I'll see you next time.